It's safe to say that there's going to be a lot of money that is going to be spent on infrastructure in the US. And whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, well, you probably want to get a piece of it. So the question is, what's in Biden's plan and how can we position ourselves so we can cash in? So in this video, I'm going to share with you an overview of the infrastructure plan and where the money is going to go. And I'll share some business ideas I would be interested in based on that. Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Antoine Dupont, and here we talk everything business and marketing to help you grow. On March 31st of 2021, President Biden introduced an infrastructure plan with a $2 trillion price tag. I don't know where it's going to end up, but something big is going to pass. Even Wall Street is betting on Joe Biden being able to pass it, so pay attention. The package includes the usual stuff like fixing bridges and roads and airports and all the stuff that is typically in an infrastructure plan. But this one includes a lot more. The White House broke it down into 4 main areas as follows. First, $621 billion for transportation infrastructure. Number 2, $650 billion for quality of life at home. Number 3, $400 billion for caregivers for the elder as well as people with disabilities. And number 4, $300 billion for research, development, and manufacturing. That's a lot of money that is going to be spent in a lot of places. Now, there are 3 things that make it even more interesting for small business owners and for startups. First, the focus on green energy and sustainability. 2, the information infrastructure. And 3, the social infrastructure. And this package is not just for big corporations of big businesses that have been getting all those contracts in the past anyway. And it's time for stale and outdated businesses to move over. The direction this plan is going to require is youth and innovation. So here is what's included. The first area of the plan is transportation infrastructure. Now that's great for contractors, project managers, people that sell materials, but about 28% of that $621 billion allocated for that part of the plan is going to green and sustainable energy. They're talking about changing the entire federal fleet from diesel-powered vehicles to electric-powered vehicles. Just imagine what that means. It's more than buying new cars and buses. It includes the infrastructure to operate and maintain those vehicles. The plan would add a network of about 500,000 EVs or electric vehicle stations across the nation. This is the part of the first area that has me really excited because it means that electric vehicles are about to become mainstream in America. And that means that there is going to be an electric car at every street corner. And it also makes sense that there is going to be millions of people that will need to have their garage fitted with an electric charger. So we're talking about planning, educating, installing, maintaining, supporting. I mean, you name it, there's going to be a host of tasks and things that are going to need to be done around that alone. So my business idea for Area 1 is electric vehicle installation and service. With the average installation ranging between $1,000 and $2,500 and the volume of new customers that you're going to get, this is a multi-million-dollar business in any mid-sized city across America. And you can add maintenance and repair on top of that. So if you do your due diligence and your homework, you can position yourself very quickly as the EVS installation specialist in your town. And I would start right now. Having that kind of reputation will give you an edge over other contractors dipping their toes in the market. So get ready now, position yourself so you can cash in as soon as all these electric cars are going to be flooding the streets. Now the second area with $650 billion is quality of life at home. The title is as clear as a swamp in Mississippi, but here is what it includes. Number 1, damage control, upgrades, and repairs for schools, hospitals, and public housing. 2, upgrades and renovations to public water systems for clear drinking water. Number 3, plugging abandoned oil and gas wells. 4, veteran hospitals and other affairs. 5, community college infrastructures. And 6, about $100 billion for high-speed internet broadband networks throughout the country. Again, use your imagination. There are plenty of opportunities and business ideas just right there, and a lot of different types of expertise that are going to be needed. The business idea that has me excited in that area is the $213 billion that is going to be spent on retrofitting 2 million affordable homes across the United States. I would position myself as a specialist in retrofitting affordable homes with an edge with clean energy and sustainability construction material. For me, this is a blend of what's already out there. So there is an existing workforce that can be trained in new technology areas. And these kinds of upgrades will be eligible for cash incentive and rebates, even for people who are not in affordable housing. The customer base is enormous and the need is growing as people take advantage of the benefits while lowering their bills and improving the value of their homes. It's a win-win and a really good move to make. And if you have a team member that is good at processing paperwork that is going to be needed to get those cash rebates, that's an added benefit to you. Now, here is a bonus tip for you, especially if you're a startup or you're thinking of starting a new business. In the US, only 1 out of 10 businesses ends up selling at the end of their life cycle. The rest of them just close their door when they're done. That means that 9 out of 10 businesses simply age, they retire, and they just basically let the business go and let the business die off on its own. So if you're starting from scratch, find someone that is in their early 70s that is actually thinking of retiring and selling this business and make them an offer. You won't have to find a location, buy a truck, get in a portfolio of clients. All these things will already be established for you, so you won't start from nothing. And a lot of them will be interested in a payment plan so you can actually pay them money over time into their retirements. It's a win-win. You win because you get an existing business, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and they can retire. And that's just another win-win. So just keep it in mind, and if there's an opportunity that presents itself out there, you might want to take advantage of it. The third area of the infrastructure plan is caregivers for the elders and people with disabilities. So this includes expanding Medicaid programs and its services, access to quality affordable homes, and community-based care. It would also include a pay raise for care workers, which are predominantly women of colors that are making barely 12 bucks an hour. In this video here, I already introduced respite care as a great business idea for 2021. Now I'm even more excited about it. And it's not a new business idea, but it's about to enter a new phase. There are 73 million baby boomers in the US alone, and they range in age from 56 to 74 years old as of today. Now that's a lot of them, and they became the wealthiest generation in human history. They have a lot of money to spend, and they are accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So now this wave can run for the next 20 years on the baby boomers alone. And now the Biden administration is going to make it a lot easier to get those services. So respite care is about to become a ginormous industry. So whether you want to start your own agency or if you want to do outside sale for an existing agency, there is a lot of money to be made in that industry alone. The last and fourth area of the Biden infrastructure plan is research, development, and manufacturing. The title seems pretty broad, but here is where they are saying they will spend the money. $50 billion for semiconductor research and manufacturing, $180 billion for clean energy and climate change, and $100 billion for workforce training. And one of the main things that is about to be redefined is, what does it mean to be called made in America? They're going to be closing the loopholes for many companies that were basically bringing parts from overseas, assembling it there, and then calling it made in America. What they plan on doing is to make sure that at least 30% of the parts in whatever is assembled was actually made in America. Now, whether you're into product development, research, or manufacturing, there is plenty of money to be made right with this plan. And the business idea that has me excited with this area of the plan has to do with clean energy. Things like solar panels, batteries, and electric vehicles. Now, I don't have a background in manufacturing, but I would align myself with people that have expertise in the following areas. The first one would be with solar water pumping stations. With climate change, we're experiencing more and more droughts, so that kind of idea has me really excited. A lot of people are going to need those in the future. The second one is solar refrigeration system. And here's the same thing with climate change. A lot more people are going to be looking off to cool off during the hot summer month because, well, they just need some relief from the heat. And the third one is solar water heating. Now, that idea is very exciting, particularly with commercial infrastructures like big office building or hotels. Maybe you can catch a pattern here. I'm really excited about companies that are going to try to leverage the power of the sun or anything that has to do with solar in the future. I see a very bright future in the next 20 to 30 years for that. Now, just use your imagination. Think about what you care about. What kinds of problem could you solve using solar energy? There is plenty of money to be made with solar power to make your dream come true. All right, so that does it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Next, I would watch probably this video. If you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Just click on my head or click in the bottom right-hand corner here. If you got value, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and until next time, ciao.